Just waiting for Facebook to load up. I better mix my cards up because I think they're still from yesterday when I did the Fool's Journey. Hello everyone, so good to see you. Hi. Well, no one's here yet. I'll wait for you to jump on. In anticipation of waiting to see you. Hello everyone. Yes, so gosh, we're nearly at the end of April. I think in Perth anyway, we may have just had our last summer. Hello, Victoria. Lovely to see you. Hello, Olivia. Hi. Simone, hello. Lovely to see you. Yeah, I think I have this feeling we've had the last. I'm just moving this around. This is my Instagram cameras going as well as this, so I'm not having to turn my head so many times. It's a bit irritating. Hello, Tyler. Lovely to see you. Hello, Christy. Oh, Christy from YouTube. Hello. Thrilling. You're here. Made it. Excellent. Hello, Sharon. Hello, Carmel. So good to see everyone. I wonder if that's a bit funny. It looks like it's, do you know, Virgo. My Virgo self in the details, adjusting the camera. Hello, Paul. Amanda. Hello, Kelly. Leonie. Hello. Lovely to see you on Instagram. It's so good to see everyone. I have to give these cards a good proper shuffle, actually. I should have cleansed them a bit. Anyway, they're due a cleanse. Does anybody know how to cleanse their cards? The best way to give your cards a good cleanse is like, well, I wouldn't use sage. You know how some people sage their cards and stuff? I think if your cards are very precious, like my ones, which are out of print, the smoke will destroy the paper. So don't go doing that. And definitely don't go spraying oils near your cards either. That's not a good idea. And definitely do not do that, you know, the shuffle where you go, you know, when it flickers and then you push it in, you know, the casino shuffle. Don't do that either. You're going to destroy your cards. But what I generally do to give my cards a cleanse is I will put all the cards in order. So I put all the cards in order and then I reshuffle them and, you know, maybe do a bit of Reiki, put my crystals on an amethyst is always quite good. Clear quartz can be programmed. You could use a clear quartz as well. But yes, definitely do not smoke your cards with any sage. If you don't care about your cards and they're just disposable and you can just get yourself another pack and you want to do the casino shuffle, go ahead. I don't recommend it. Yes, hello, Diane. Lovely to see you. I can't speak. Hello, Steph. Anne-Marie, hello. Hello, Jocelyn. Oh, so nice to see so many people. Thrilling. It is so good. So good. So let me introduce myself. My name is Marina Lovas. Hello, Polly. And I refer to myself as your soul purpose mentor. And I support intuitive and spiritual entrepreneurs to monetize their passion to purpose, creating programs and services that sell out. And I happen to specialize in the area of channeling and tarot therapy. Yes, so that's my thing. Absolutely love my job, love what I do. Created my own career, and I absolutely love it. I love getting up in the morning to work. I don't have a problem with that. I mean, we all like having a day off, of course, but I don't feel any resistance going to work, that's for sure. And probably because I work from home, which is even better. So how this works is I'm going to do an energy report for the week first. And your spirit team, my spirit team, your higher self, my higher self, all working in sacred collaboration together. And I've put my hand up to do the energy report for us. So if anything resonates for you, it's because it's for you. So take it. Don't deny yourself of something that is feeling really true for you. It's a message for you. And, you know, the more often you show up, the more in alignment the messages become every week. It just happened before I ended up on spiritual directories. It's not called that, is it? I say it wrong every week. What is it? I think it's spiritual events directory. Yes. So before I ended up on there, I was doing this live on my own business page. I have to give the cards a good shuffle because they need a cleanse. So I'm just going to keep shuffling them for a bit. Yes. And what I did on there, well, people, the same people were showing up. We had a bit of a tribe showing up every week, and the cards became even more meaningful, more accurate, more in alignment. Like the group, the collective created this energy. It was amazing. It's amazing. So yes, the more you show up, the more in alignment the reading will be for you. Hello, Just B from the UK. Good to see you. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pick 3 cards, and these 3 cards will be the energy report for the week. And then after I've done that, I'll do readings. Now, I can stay up a little bit late tonight. It's no problem. It's school holidays here, so don't run away. And because I'm the last person on, I can stay for as long as I like. So, yes, no need to run away. So be patient. Be patient with me. Before I start this energy report, I do need to let you know. Hello, Alicia. Mwah, good to see you. Before I start this energy report, I am going to share with you my latest offering. It is Tarot Practitioner Training. It's an introduction to tarot, and it's Tarot Practitioner Training. So it's for those of you who want, you can be a novice or a beginner. It doesn't matter. Novice or an expert. It doesn't really matter, beginner or expert. You will still learn a lot from this training. If you'd like to develop your skill in tarot and become a tarot practitioner, then this is the course for you. So I'll take you through the 78 psychological passages of the cards. Now, my focus, my message, in my trainings is know the cards inside and out, and then it will give your intuition something to grab onto. It's really not enough just to know the divinatory meanings. And I will make this really easy for you. Some people, when they, Telstra's not liking my data. Anyway, some people, when I've spoken about this, they've gone, I'm just so overwhelmed, like 78 cards. It just seems too much to learn. Well, I've solved that problem for you. You get to be part of a membership portal, which means that the content and all the trainings and all of the material, and there will be recorded videos for the practitioners training. I'm in the process of recording them. They will be in there forever, meaning that you can redo the course as many times as you like. However, we're going to stretch this out over 10 weeks. So you get to go in depth with me. There will be live trainings, you and I, a group, your colleagues, live trainings where we'll go in deep on the psychological application of the cards. And then also you'll have content between the live sessions, channeling training content, as well as business mentoring, business coaching package as well, valued at $666. So that's yours for free forever to help you launch your business if that's what you'd like to do. But of course, you can do it if you just love tarot. And, why not learn from somebody who's absolutely invested, which I am, absolutely invested in tarot knowledge and tarot psychology. I don't disregard your intuition. I think your intuition is, incredibly important. And it is your true navigation, and we don't want to, exclude that from this setting, but you definitely having, the missing piece is the psychology of the cards. It really is. It's the missing piece. And some people I've gone out of my way. I've done a lot of work to capture that for you so that you can go in depth with your cards and stand out like all of my students now, colleagues do. They're my colleagues now, and it's amazing. Well, colleagues that share the same values as me. It's wonderful. So, okay, let me put a link in there. Hello, Susan. Hello, everyone. Hello, Kim. So I'm going to do the energy report for this week. So I'll do that now. I think I've shuffled the cards enough now. How's everybody going? I've been a little bit emotional in the last sort of 48 hours. And if I start talking about it, I might cry again. So I'm not going to. I don't really know why. I've just been, I must have a look and see what's going on. I know this full moon was an intense full moon. And sometimes people think that because Pluto was squaring the moon and Venus, and yes, and I know that this sometimes people romanticize a full moon, but the impact, the effect of the moon lingers until the next moon cycle. So we're all still feeling this Plutonian sort of energy, which is very much about uncovering or going into our own shadows, or where we might feel most where we've been disempowered, or where we feel disempowered in our life, to sort of bring back, to find our power, to meet Hades, Pluto in the underworld. This is like the dark within you, to meet him at his level and rise with him, rather than being so afraid. Facing memories and facing difficult things. You've been emotional as well, Silvana. Yes, it's this moon cycle. Everybody thought because it's a full moon in Libra, they go, oh, Venus, love and light and blah, 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 all of that stuff. But actually it was quite dark. With Pluto hanging around, it is a bit of a dark energy. So, yeah, I think, Sue, I want to give you a big hug. Sue said, me too. I'm also scared and fearful. Oh, don't be afraid. Don't be afraid. We'll try not. Feel the fear and just and know that it'll pass. It will pass. But, feeling is healing. Feeling is healing. And I think, the more we try and repress that and swallow it down, it makes Pluto's energy stronger and darker and bigger. So if we can be brave and be like warriors and or be Queen Persephone and be the queen of the underworld and go there and stand in it and know that it will pass. The feelings will pass as you release it. It won't be so frightening. Oh, the full moon always freaks you out, does it, Louise? Well, some of the moons, like depending on the aspects, astrological aspects, it can be quite beautiful and gentle. This one wasn't what some people were saying about it. They weren't. Oh, did you doze off listening to me talk, Christine? Am I that boring? Christine said, I dozed off listening to you talk. Oh, that's because you went into trance. You went into a trance state. That's lovely. Thank you, Christine, for that lovely commentary. God. All right, let's look at some cards now. 3 cards. We're going to pick 3 cards. Oh, look, everybody's saying they've been feeling a bit sad. Yes, yeah. I felt like what I did, I need to forgive myself. Absolutely. We've got to be compassionate, hey, kind towards ourselves and just rather than making ourselves wrong or trying to fix ourselves, it's more about just loving ourselves and being kind and looking after our inner child, being with her. All of that sort of stuff. So hello, Samantha. Okay, let's do this week's energy report. Let's see. We don't want Hades right now. After talking about Hades, can you imagine if he showed up? We want Apollo. I don't know what's there yet. I haven't looked yet. Let's start with the first card. What have we got? Oh, this is an interesting card given what we've been talking about. So this is Kronos. Now, Kronos in astrology is Saturn. And Saturn is the planet of restrictions, of discipline, of hard work, of it's the reality check, but it's necessary. So Saturn, sometimes I call Saturn the party pooper. He's a bit of a party pooper. He kind of like killjoy. Like he wants you to work hard. He wants you to be disciplined. He wants you to do all the things to achieve, and he's not going to make it that easy for you. This card in the Mythic Tarot represents what we might call the existential crisis. So the message this week is about finding meaning, why? This is a swearing moment. I'm preparing you. I'm going to swear. What the fuck are you doing with your life? What are you doing? What the fuck? What are you actually doing? What are your plans? What are you doing about your future? Well, this card will often come up when we're questioning our relationships, questioning our employment, questioning your business, questioning where you live. And this kind of questioning comes up when we're preparing for change and transformation. And of course, we have to ask ourselves these questions first, right? It's an inside job. before any transformation happens in our outer world, it starts on the inside first. So this card represents doing some of that sort of inner reflection. It's a reflective card. We're sort of looking at ourselves, looking at our cognition, the way we think about the world, our perceptions. Is it true? Is it true to who we are? Is this how I really want to be? Am I really being authentic? Is this the kind of life I want to lead? These are some of the questions that one might ask when this card comes up. So it is a meditative card. For some of you, it might mean that it's time to get more, involved in your meditation practice, or potentially hypnosis. I love hypnosis, that's my thing, but meditation's virtually the same thing. For some of you, it might be, having some Reiki sessions, or for some of you, it might literally be going and reading and just developing, like reading about philosophy or reading about the meaning of life, the Buddhist, explanation, philosophy on life. But it is about exploring your beliefs and your ideas, and they're ready to shift, they're ready to change. And it is about looking at what is limiting you, what is holding you back, where in your life are you out of alignment. These are the questions you want to be asking yourself this week. So it's a major card. So what does that mean? Yes, it feels good. Yeah, be real. That's right. Polly said it feels it's a good card to be real. It is the reality check. What isn't working? What's not working for you? What's not happening for you? What is happening for you? And so it is about preparing you to have what you want. But that doesn't usually happen without some sort of growth or some sort of significant change. So this is the preparation for that. Oh, Carlita said, I'm in such a funk with myself. And, with my care and my self-care and health. How the hell do you climb out of it? Join a gym and get yourself in a program and pay too much money like I did. I paid way too much money, and then you cannot waste your money. You've just got to go in and do the thing. Like if I told you how much I paid to do my course, my fitness course, everybody would be mortified at what I paid for. I'm telling you now, it's motivated me, that's for sure. Okay, so the next card. So now we've got another major card, and we have the Fool. So this crisis, this existential crisis, this is, the what the hell am I doing with my life? What is this? It is about you taking a leap of faith, and it's time to take a risk this week. It's time to stretch ourselves out of our comfort zone and do the things that we haven't done before. This card is supposed to break you out of Groundhog Day, break you out of habitual patterns. He's the eternal wanderer. He's the backpacker. Now, if you've ever been backpacking, some of us, I went backpacking when I was younger, and what I did when I was backpacking, I didn't even have a map. I had a book, a Lonely Planet book that was out of date, and I got on a plane and picked something in the Lonely Planet book and landed in Malaga. And the hostel no longer existed, and it was 3 a.m. in the morning. The taxi driver just dropped me off. There you are. Christ, what do you do from there? That's kind of the energy of the Fool. It's taking a risk, not knowing what the direction will be, not knowing what direction it will exactly lead you or where it's actually going to lead you, but you feel this call, you feel this need, you feel this instinct to do something different. It's time to break free from the patterns that have been holding you back. That means if you want change in your life, you cannot keep doing the things that you've always done. So it does require you to stretch yourself out of your comfort zone and do the things that make you feel a bit scared, that have you feeling like, what you might feel initially is excitement, right? The excitement. Oh, I'm going to sign up to this, or I'm going to join this, I'm going to do that. And you feel all this excitement. And then usually what happens after the excitement is fear, right? Then you get scared and you think, oh, what have I done? I don't know if I want to do this. Trust the excitement. Trust the buzz. Trust the feeling. Trust that feeling. Trust the instinct. The brain will kick in and will want to protect you. Your thoughts will want to protect you because it's scared of being hurt, pain, all of that sort of stuff. It does that autopilot. It wants to, we want to keep ourselves safe, and it's safe, and it's normal, human nature. We like our comforts. But with this card, it really is less about thinking and more about feeling. This guy here, his name is Dionysus, and he was the patron of Pompeii in old, ancient Rome in Italy. And he was known for the drunken stupor. His medicine was wine, and people would come to see him, come to be with, to honor him and spend time with his energy in Pompeii, and all over Rome, and they would go on their holiday there. It was a bit like Ibiza or a bit like Bali, except there were orgies and people were getting drunk and they were forgetting about their worldly problems. And they were just, it was all like they're on LSD, partying in the forest, having a great time. Medicine was wine. That's right. The medicine was wine. Exactly. So I'm not suggesting everybody go out and get pissed this week and take drugs and go on some, well, you could if you wanted to. But what I am saying is that we have to somehow let go of the seriousness sometimes in life. Be like the court jester, run from one end of the theatre to the other, to the stage to the other. The Fool in the original in tarot was also the Joker, was also represented the Joker. So it is about sort of lightening up a bit, lighten up a bit. We've got this Kronos, I call him the party pooper, the reality check. Oh, what the hell are you doing with your life? You're aging, you're getting old. And then we've got Dionysus here saying, oh, fuck, lighten up. Go and have some fun. Go and explore. Have some new experiences, which really serves this card well, okay? So I would, 3 major cards. Oh, this is a big week now. This is me being excited because it means something meaningful, okay? This is a big week. This is a big week, ladies and gentlemen, sisters and brothers. It's a big week. Okay, so we've got the Devil card here. So now this is God Pan, another major card. These are this week, the decisions you make are going to impact on your fate, your destiny significantly. So be brave, be like the Fool, let go, have fun. Give yourself that reality check and look at your life. Is this how you want to live your life for the rest of your life? I'd say not. I'm ready for some fun, aren't you? So hello, Denise from Italy. Yes, big things are happening. So, I'll talk to you in a minute, Carmel. So here we go. So now we've got the Devil. So this is God Pan. And so he represents our sexual nature. Not just that. But that's what Spirit wants me to talk a little bit about because I can feel it. So this is about the wild woman, or the wild, sowing your wild oats. But, it is very much about getting in touch with your sexuality, getting in touch with this core, authentic. Yes, Carlita's going, woo-woo, yes. Got no one, but, you've always got yourself. So no, I want more for me and my kids. Oh, okay. So anyway, so this card, it is about getting in touch with that, with your instincts for sure. But it's also a shadowy card. So we also need to look at where we are not allowing ourselves to feel, where we are not allowing ourselves to be with direct experience. Now, the Devil card often represents addictions or habitual patterns of behavior that we might be using to avoid reality or to avoid situations or to avoid ourselves or to hold back or to hide who you really are, hide your natural way of being in the world, your true expression. So these habitual patterns of behavior don't necessarily hide away the dark aspects of you. Sometimes these are the parts of you that you were shamed for as a little kid, but actually are beautiful aspects of who you are, beautiful ways, your true blossom, your true, like your petals for your beautiful flower that you haven't been allowed to fully express. So the energy of the Fool is very much about this expression for us this week, to let her out, let the wild woman out, let yourself free yourself up. And yes, and also, look at what you are doing to prevent yourself from feeling or being in touch with that aspect. What are you doing? How are you hiding it? What are you doing to repress it, to push it down, or to hide it away? And those patterns, those are the reality checks that we need to look at. Those are the things, those are the groundhog days. Those are the patterns of behavior that we want to be changing up. Meaning now, so how do we do that? You know, some of the questions might be, well, how do we do that? One way, obviously, would be like doing the opposite of what the habitual pattern is asking of you. You know, so if it's like you want to, let's just say you want to start dating, or you want to start, you know, opening up to meeting someone, you know, the habitual pattern of behavior might be, which is something I do, book workout, you know, for the entire weekend. The only weekend that I have off without a kid where I could be dating, I book work in. Right. So, you know, looking at these patterns, the things that we're doing to prevent ourselves from having what we want. Yeah, it's so simple, isn't it, Carlisha? But yeah, it is about looking at you know, addictions too. You know, are you drinking too much? These are the questions you want to ask yourself. Are you drinking too much to avoid reality? Are you smoking? Are you drinking? Are you getting pissed most nights? I mean, if you are, you may want to question, like, what's out of alignment for you? What's going on for you? What's there? Sometimes, yeah, it is. This card is about sexual repression, though, where you're not really fully letting yourself feel into your true alignment, your true expression. You know, let's not make this about sex edge, but you know, it is a vulnerable place, isn't it? When you're making love with someone, and you know, to be yourself, to be your true self, to express that. You know, a lot of women have trouble with that because we've been shamed for our sexuality. Yeah, so this is about working through some of those blocks this week. Wish I had a hot guy to work through those blocks with. Christ, no sign of a guy in here for me. Anyway, so that's this week's reading. Okay, so the reality check. This is about where are you out of alignment? What are you saying to yourself, preventing yourself from having what you want? It's time to be self-reflective. You know, break free. It's time to do new things, to have new experiences. Open your mind to having new experiences. Trust your instincts, trust your feelings, take a leap of faith, jump off the cliff, be the eternal wanderer, be everywhere, let yourself explore, be the court jester running from one end of the stage to the other. Have fun, you know, enjoy yourself. And then we've got the Devil card, which is about your sexuality, your true nature, the most deepest aspect of yourself. Where do you need to liberate? What part of you needs where do you need to liberate? Where do you need liberation? Yeah. So, okay, that was this week's reading. Okay, so now I'm going to do some readings for people. So just let me give the cards a bit of a shuffle. And a good workout in bed is my kind of exercise, said Carlisha. Yeah, well. Yes. Okay, so I'm going to start with Melanie Ashland from the UK. Hello, Melanie. Lovely to meet you. I'm glad that you're here. Hello, Shannon. Hello, Shannon. She's the Yoni Queen. If you want to learn about Yoni work, Yoni stuff, Yoni energy, this is your woman, Shannon Valance. We had the Devil card, Shannon. The Devil, old mate Pan showed up tonight. Yes. So, okay. Yeah, let me just put a link in the comments section. If you'd like to learn the tarot and do my practitioner training, it's a 10-week course. By the end of that course, you will be a skilled tarot practitioner. And if you already play with the tarot and you want to deepen your craft, I highly encourage you to do it. You won't learn tarot anywhere like I teach you. It's my specialty, my message. My message is best practice, and best practice means moving away. Well, it's not that you're avoiding the divinatory meanings, but moving into the psychology of the cards. Now, somebody asked me before, where did I get my cards from? My cards are actually out of print, but these cards are now have a new print, and they're called the New Mythic Tarot. And in fact, the book with the New Mythic Tarot is an introduction to Jungian psychology, which is what you learn. I introduce you to that in the practitioner training, not heavily, just a little introduction. And then in my big tarot, I've got a 9-month tarot course, and then I introduce a bit more heavily in the 9-month tarot course. So the book for the Mythic Tarot, the New Mythic Tarot, is an introduction to Jungian psychology and also astrology. But you won't know that unless you're an astrologer, because they don't openly say that. But it is. It is. It's an introduction to astrology. The myths of astrology. Okay, Melanie, this is for you. Oh, we've got a great card for you, Melanie. Okay. Melanie, this suggests that you feel like there's a bit of competition around you, or you feel like you have to compete for your place, or you're feeling like there's this some kind of you feel like you're comparing yourself to people around you, or comparing yourself to others. And this is the card of art. This card is asking you to rise above this comparison. It's time to rise above it and just get into your own lane and start working on developing the next level version of you. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing or what other people are saying. The message for you is it's about up leveling. It's more about, and this is not a very good way of saying things. I just don't know another way of saying it, but it's like your old version against your new version, the new version of you that wants to emerge. And if you're watching this live reading tonight, the energy report for this week, it's very relevant. The message for you would be you've got to it's time to grow. It's time to up level who you are. It's time, even in your work or in your employment or whatever it is that you do for work, take it to the next level. Be courageous. Take it to the next level. And yes, there's an expectation, I guess, that you feel and maybe some pressure. And so it's time to up level. And so this is a massive yes. This is whatever plan that you have or that you've been asking about. This is confirmation that it's the right path. The light is guiding you right now. It is lit. The path is lit and it's clear. The clarity is there now. So whatever it is that you are wanting, this is a massive yes. And sometimes I'll say to people with this card, because Apollo was an oracle. And sometimes people, when they talk about their future self, what they say is, I see this outside of me, or they imagine their future self outside of them. With this card, it's about bringing your future self into the present moment and start taking actions that your future self is, who they are, based on who they are. Start taking aligned action in terms of what you see out there, bring it into the now and perform it now, become it now. After all, identity is a production. It is. We're producing identity all of the time, and we have a persona. We all have a persona and a mask that we wear to interface with reality. Because there's a private self that no one can even touch. It's a private self between you and God, you and spirit, you and soul. There's a private self that nobody has privy to. So we have to have this persona to interact with our reality. It's time to up level. It's time to up level who you are. Okay. Chanel says the path is surely lit. Such powerful messages and blessings to all. Oh, beautiful. Thank you, Chanel. I like your name. Chanel. Oh, Christ, cards are flying everywhere. Oh, God. It's a bit warm. I feel hot. Spirit's with me tonight. I can feel it. It's always with me, but I feel heat. Okay, so next person is, I'll come to Instagram in a minute. I'm just going to pick someone on Facebook. So Victoria Carey. Hello, Victoria. Would love a reading, please. Feeling a split road ahead. Also, new personalities have popped into my world unexpectedly. Oh, sounds exciting. New personalities. Interesting. Let's see what the cards have to say. Let's see. Okay, so I don't know if this is to do with anybody else. I am the no BS reader, so I'm just going to read in the context of what Spirit has given me, and it may not have anything to do with your question, and that's okay, because why would we bullshit about it? I'm not going to. So you've got two really interesting cards here. You've got the Emperor and you've got the Three of Pentacles. So let's start with the major card. So this is a major card, meaning it's a rite of passage. It means there's some fate playing. And when the Emperor comes up in a reading, he's in astrology. He represents Jupiter. And Jupiter is kind of a very religious planet. It's very philosophical. It's about ethics and values. And sometimes I say with Jupiter, it is kind of like big energy. This is Zeus. He is the king of the kings. He is the god of the gods. You know, this is supersize me. Jupiter is the biggest planet, and he has a lot of energy, and he's very worldly. You can see the world is in his hands, and he's got power in his hands. Sometimes this card will come up when we have business ideas, or when we're in employment, when employment opportunities arise that enable us to make more money, or we get given higher opportunities where we are up leveling our practice, or you move from, I can't think of the word right now, up leveling. You get opportunities that enable you to take you to the next level. Promotions. Christ, can't speak. Promotions. You get promoted. But it is also about business as well. There's a business orientation to this, meaning that money is to be made. This is the card of like man-made structures to some extent, fitting into society, fitting into the social structures, and taxes and rules, the rules of society, of how we make money, or how we apply ourselves, laws, that sort of stuff, which, societies are socially constructed. They are a social construction. They're neither, natural or innocent. They are political, and he has power. It is about politics of power, and how do you situate yourself in a position of power. So this tells me that money is coming your way. There's a large, just saying it. So there you go. There's a business or something to do with work. Then we've got certifications, or some kind of like promotion, or you become recognized. There's a certification of some sort, or where you get known for something, or you recognize. There's recognition or completion of some kind of study, and there's a recognition with this. And these are really two great cards to have if you're in business. Fabulous cards. You want to be happy with this. So this means that you get like some kind of, like, as I said, recognition for where you are. So that's your reading, Victoria. Okay. Yes, so I'm going to move to Instagram now, and then I'll be back to Facebook. I'll read for, I'm just going to put my Facebook person up. Oh, thanks. Melanie Ashlyn, I read for her. She said, thank you so much. You're so spot on. I'm trying to start a doggy business and wasn't sure if I was doing the right thing. It looks like you are. Yes, I wish you'd said that straight up. I could have gone in deeper. Yes. Oh, that's such good confirmation for you, Melanie. I'm so happy about that. Pleased. Okay, so I'm going to read for Chanel Bull on Facebook, but not yet Chanel. I'm going to read for somebody on Instagram first. So I'm going to read for Carlita, because Carlita jumped on first and she was keen to have a reading. So I'll read for Carlita first. Somebody's saying what to do to fix and remove blocks in abundance. Take risks and stop being indecisive. I'm sorry, that's straight up. I've got no reason to apologize for that. Take risks and be decisive. Stop sitting on the fence and umming and ahhing. Invest. Take Susan. This is for Susan. I don't need to read the cards on that. That's just straight up. Take a risk and stop being indecisive. Do the thing. Just do it. I love that response. Thanks, Leonie. Wandering on Purpose said, love that response. That's the biggest lesson that I've learned in business. Really, that is the biggest lesson. You've just got to like do the thing. It comes up, you get the feeling, you just do it. You know, sometimes we sit on things for way too long and then it loses momentum. And yeah, you know, I think good leaders will, you know, skilled leaders, one of the things they do is they don't, you know, they're not indecisive. They will just make decisions as quickly as possible. They don't fuck around, which means that sometimes you can make poor decisions. Of course, sometimes we make mistakes, but that's all part of growth. That's all part of business. I've made heaps of mistakes in business, but being decisive is like key to unblocking the money block. Just do it. Do the thing. Okay. So this is for Carlita on Instagram. All right, Carlita. So first of all, let's look at this card for you. This is the Four of Swords. The Four of Swords represents recovery. It represents rest and recuperation. It represents giving yourself the space to rest, like giving yourself time out, giving yourself, you know, you're still healing. You're still healing. Now, you might not like that, but it does take a while to, like, when we've gone through difficulties, you know, breakups, breakdowns, relationship breakdowns, you know, it takes a few years, I think, unfortunately. It just does. It takes a while to find yourself again. So be easy, like be gentle on yourself. It's still the hurt is still there. And the problem is when you get married to someone and you have kids with the partner, with the guy, you know, with someone, you can't get rid of them. You're confronted with them all the time. So it's, you know, it does take a while. It does take a while. So just be gentle, be kind to you, and you know, Carlita, it's okay to unpeople and have some boundaries around that and just say, I'm not this weekend. No, I'm not. You know, to have your space. Now this is a good card. So, Carlita, trust the signs. So this is you being at a crossroads, the potential of starting a new path. Trust the signs. Now, the Fool has taken a leap, and this is where he lands. He lands at the crossroads, and this is Hermes. Hermes is also known as Mercury in astrology, and Mercury is a messenger. He's mercurial. He sends lots of messages, and in the Mythic Tarot, he represents the messages that we see outside of ourselves. So it's like a projection of our inner reality, and we get to make sense of those messages on our terms. Now, you've had sign after sign after sign after sign. So it's like, you know, I'm encouraging you to take a leap of faith and trust the new path. Open your mind and your heart to this new path, because it will be an exciting journey. You know, it'll be fun. It'll be fun. And think about, you know, in the beginning of the reading that you watched, we were talking about the reality check. You know, the meaning of life. Are you really living how you want to be living? Is this, you know, is this really how you want to be leading your life? These are the questions you want to ask yourself. Now, I know you did say that you wanted to do my course. I'm feeling like this is confirmation for you. Just everybody that's done it, Carlita, has had significant changes. You ask anybody who's Alicia's online now, she'll tell you, you know, it's amazing. Take a risk, take a leap. You know, well, I'll support you the whole way. It'll be amazing, I promise. Okay, that was for you. So, okay, so now we've got Chanel on Facebook. Hello, Chanel. Yes, let's do a card read for Chanel. Chanel would like a message. Let's just see. Let's see what comes up. Let's see, what's it going to be? I can hear the kids giggling in the lounge room. Isn't it lovely the way the kids just giggle and have a good time? It's so nice. I haven't had a good laugh in ages. I need to go out. I need to go out too, go and have some fun. I need a bit of Dionysus in my life. So relevant. This week's reading was so relevant. It's time to have some fun. Okay, so Chanel, let's see. Oh, Chanel, this pretty intense cards for you. Now, Chanel, you've got two very strategic cards here. So this represents strategy, and I think this represents somebody in your life who is probably not for your highest good. And you're being called to strategically plan an ending. Now, does this mean that you have to do it today? No. This card represents like being diplomatic, putting on the happy face, the smile, pretending everything's okay whilst you plan, whilst you plot. Now, sometimes life requires that of us. Now, perfect examples of being in jobs or employment situations that we don't like. Now, we're not going to go and tell our employer that I hate my job and I'm going to leave, but I need to look for a job first. Most people don't do that. They go behind the scenes and they sort out their resume and get their CV up to date, and they start planning. They start planning it, looking at go on seek.com or whatever, right? So this is what I mean. This is like the planning of you getting out of a situation that you don't want to be in anymore. It's time to plan and think strategically as well. So this is the card of the development of, well, it's the brilliance of mind, like to be like a chess player, to plan about 10 moves ahead, to plan that far ahead, to like really plan how you need to be strategic to get yourself out of the situation that you're in, that you don't want to be in anymore. Okay, so this is about planning. You will, but you're going to have to be strategic. Now, Spirit is saying it doesn't have to be today. And you are being taken care of. You are being taken care of. There's a divine timing around this. But you need to make sure that you have everything in place, everything ready before you do the thing. Okay, that's your message. I've got sweat dripping down my legs. Christ, I've got to take my jacket off. Hold on, guys. It's hot. It is humid. We had like our last warm day here in Perth. Well, I'm saying it's our last warm day here in Perth. But it's getting humid and it's going to rain tomorrow apparently, and then it goes cold. Then it's going to be cold. It's just like an abrupt change to the season. I've been looking at the weather. I went to the beach today. It was so nice. I should have done it more before the weather turned. The water was freezing. The temperature of the water has already dropped. It was bloody freezing. It's like having an ice bath. I know they're good for you and all that sort of stuff. I'm not into them though. But anyway, yeah. Okay, so I'm going to read for somebody else on Facebook, and then I'll move over to Instagram and read for somebody there. So let's see. Who else is on Facebook? I'm going to read for Christ. Who am I going to read for? Who's this? Moon Azabi. Hello. Lovely to meet you. Do you have a name? I'm going to pop your name in the comments. Might help me tune into you a bit better if you give us your name, your actual, your real name. It's always helpful. Let's see. There's a new comment. Do we get a name? No, we didn't. Okay. Sit Goddess is my real name. Oh, my real name is Moana. Moana, did I pronounce that correct? Muna? Oh, I've probably messed that up, but at least I can see it, so I can tune into it. Oh, two cards just flew out, just like that. It's got to be these cards. Got to be these ones. Okay. Interesting. Well, okay, so let's look at the first card. So the first card that I turned over was the Five of Wands. Now, the wands represent soul purpose. They represent destiny. They represent your creative spirit. They represent inspiration, divine inspiration. They represent the imagination. They represent your inner fire, what lights you up, what creative life you long for, you're dying to. Dying is probably isn't the right word, but what do you feel in your heart? What do you feel in your gut? Like what do you Where's your passion? What are you passionate about? These are some of the questions we might ask ourselves when the wands come up in a reading. It is about passion to purpose. It is about what gets you lit, what turns you on, what ignites the fire within you. Now, in this card, we're met with the dragon, and the dragon in this card in astrology represents the North Node and the South Node. Now, the South Node is the dragon's tail, and the North Node is the dragon's head. Now, maybe we can think of the South Node as what you're outgrowing, what is your past, the past version of you, even past life stuff. Outgrowing, what are you outgrowing? The head of the dragon is what you're becoming, who you're becoming. So there's an outgrowth. The original vision, the original plan that you had for yourself is no longer a fit. It's no longer a fit. So does that mean that you have to change plans about your, what you're designing for your future? No, but it means that the vision needs tweaking. There needs to be a shift. You need to incorporate more of your intuitive knowledge, more of your intuition. Now, in the story, Jason has to grab this fleece, and this fleece is basically going to lead him towards his destiny as king. And to beat this dragon, well, not to beat it, but to put the dragon to sleep, so that to put his fears to sleep, he had to invest in a sorceress who happened to fall in love with him. To help him put this dragon to sleep, to put his fears to sleep, so he could become the king that he was always meant to become. So this card represents you putting your fears to sleep, tweaking the original vision, so doing things a bit differently, being open, being flexible and being open. Now, we've got the card of the healer here. So this is about therapy, like receiving therapy, or doing a therapeutic course, or doing counseling, or becoming a healer, doing spiritual healing, receiving spiritual healing. But this is the card of having to, being in service. It's about being in service to others, but also needing to do some of that personal work as well, needing to look within, to look inside of you, to do some of that personal journey work. His gown doesn't touch the water. He's out of touch with his own feelings. And sometimes this card will come up when we focus a lot of our attention on other people to avoid ourselves. You might be really good at listening and encouraging people to tell you their life story, which makes you an incredible therapist, to be able to listen, to actively listen. But sometimes therapists will use their skill or their trade or their skill to avoid themselves, cleverly asking questions to avoid any conversation or vulnerability. So this is the card of you having to make yourself vulnerable. If you want the growth, to tweak the vision, to do things differently, it's time to become a bit more vulnerable. Those cards suggest that you are a healer. Now, healers come in many forms. Healers can be tarot therapists, tarot practitioners, Reiki practitioners. I was going to say clairvoyance. That's not what I want to say. Clinical psychologists, occupational therapists, sound therapy, sound healing. Yeah. Yes. So, okay. So I'm going to read for Leonie Wandering on Instagram. She's asking, I would love a reading. I'm feeling my Oma with Mr. So it sounds like somebody from the other side. Oh, with me. Oh, that's oh. Yes, that sounds like your grandma, hey, from the other side. Well, whatever you're feeling, trust it. And, one of the trainings actually that I do in the tarot mentoring course is developing a skill called remembering. And I often do that. It wasn't developed for mediumship, but I have used it. I've recreated it in the form of mediumship. Now, okay, this is all going to sound like gobbledygook, but the invitation, I would be inviting you to drop down into your heart and just allow yourself to remember, to bring up memories of times, significant times where you and your Oma shared values like compassion or truth. And what did she stand for? And what did she stand for in life? And to be with those values and see where you are where you become that too. What did you admire, about her? Now, what this does, when it activates your heart chakra, and your heart chakra is the portal for spirit, which means that you start to feel her connection more significantly, more keenly. And then, and then I would do embodiment practices with my clients, but, obviously we can't do that on Insta Live. But yes, it would be feeling into her energy and, and potentially, maybe even journaling down what you're receiving. Now, often we feel grief, right? When we tap into, we feel into the heart and we connect in with our loved ones. And that grief isn't just your grief, it is the grief of your loved one who's passed over too. They still grieve as well. They miss the connection, they miss you. And often it's an opportunity to say the things that need to be left, that had been left unsaid. And it's an opportunity for you to say the things and the things that she wanted to say. And one of the questions you might want to ask her, Leonie, is, what did you most appreciate about our connection together, about our relationship? What did you most appreciate about me? Now, that might sound like a strange question, but feelings will flood through. You'll receive so much insight and she'll get to say the things that she's been wanting to say. Yeah. Okay, let's pick some cards for Leonie. Okay, Leonie, so the message for you is this. So she's probably hanging about because she's like a guardian angel, okay? So she's motivating you to move forward. The message is don't look back. Do not look back. Continue to forge forward. Yes, you're probably going to face some challenges. There are challenges ahead of you and you are aware of that, but you cannot turn back. You've got to continue to move forward. You're being called to do the thing you're most afraid of, that you must, that will change the circumstances that you find yourself in, that will change things up for you, that will transform the situation. Oh, thanks, Susan said that's such a lovely insight into spirit connection. Thank you. I appreciate that. Yes, so this is about you having to do what makes the thing that you don't want to do, but you have to. It's those things. We all have those, don't we? Those things that we just think, oh, Christ, do I really have to? But we know it's what's actually going to change the situation. So that's your message. You've had a big message tonight. Okay. Now I'll move over to Facebook. Who's this lady here? Hello, Judy Penfold. Hello. Evening new here from Australia. If you connect with me, would love a reading. Love and light. Thank you, Judy. Lovely to meet you. Shivers. Christ, cards are flying everywhere. I must be excited that you're on. Cards are flying everywhere. Thanks for showing up. Yes, I love that you said that, Susan. It's one of my techniques that I teach in mediumship techniques that I teach in my 9-month tarot course, therapeutic technique. And it's really powerful when you are one-to-one with somebody in a session to do these remembering and to hold space for your client to connect with their loved one. It's much more powerful than you being on the platform or being the one that's channeling the loved one. Whilst, that sort of evidence-based, you sort of get a bit of confirmation. It's even more confirming when you're able to hold space and teach people and show people how to connect with their loved ones. So it's like we call it in narrative therapy, the goodbye, hello conversation, goodbye to one form and hello to the new one, to recreate a new relationship. And, it doesn't change the fact or take away the grief of the loved one passing over, but it does, though, enable you to develop or reconcile that there will be grief and yet you can still maintain a relationship with your loved one and you can be okay even though you're grieving and they're with you. They're in a new form, in another way. It's absolutely beautiful. It's such a moving gift. And every time I do those sessions, my clients are blown away by it. So, yes, I teach my students how to do that because, it's my gift to you if you sign up to my courses. Hello, Jake. Lovely to see you. Hello, Tony from Portugal. Okay, so I'll put a link in for my introduction to tarot. This is my, it's like the little sister, my 9-month tarot mentoring program. It's like her little sister. So my big program is $3,333. That's the early bird price for that. And this one is $555. So it's the price is significantly reduced. It's only for 10 weeks instead of 9 months. But we go heavy on the psychology. We just go on the psychology of the cards. I don't teach you the therapies, but I teach you how to read. I'll teach you how to do 4 different styles of reading for soul purpose, love and relationships, looking at karma and shadow work, and then also making money, career, that sort of stuff. And so you'll do 4 styles of reading. And then, of course, I'm going to teach you, everything that I know around the psychology of the cards. It will be an introduction to Jungian psychology. So it's a fabulous course. It's really good. And then you get to be part of a membership portal that's yours forever, for a lifetime. The course is yours for a lifetime. And every time I upgrade it, you get the new content. It's so valuable. And then plus you get a channeling component where you develop your channeling skills, as well as my business coaching component as well. It's just such good value. If you love tarot and you want to make a career in tarot, which is possible because I have, and so have my colleagues, my clients, encourage you to jump in. It's really good. Okay, so Judy, let's pick some cards for you. Instagram, the link is in the bio. It's in the bio. The link's there. Oh, thanks, Diane Steer. It sounds amazing. Oh, I love that. Thank you. I appreciate that. Okay. Oh, beautiful cards. Oh, such great cards. Okay. So this tells me, Judy, that look, if there's something that you're after, it's yours. It's yours. It's arrived. It's on its way. You are going to get what you want, but it's going to require you to make a big commitment. Okay. So either you've just recently got what you've wanted and now you're being, it is a big commitment, or it's coming. It's very, very soon. Now, my feeling is, look, this is like emotional fulfillment. This is like you being like so in love and so happy and so fulfilled. And as I said, you get what you want. Whatever it is that you're wanting, you get what you want, and it's going to emotionally fulfill you. It's going to give you so much clarity about your destiny and about your future. You'll just know what path you're headed on. You'll just know it. You just know it. It'll be clear to you. And you've got plenty of support, plenty of people around you supporting you on this. That's your message. That's as simple as that, Judy. That's for you. Oh, thank you, Leonie. Leonie said it resonated beautifully, and that was, yes, thank you. Thanks, Judy. I appreciate that. Judy said spot on so far. If you'd like a reading, everyone, like a full reading, you can go to my webpage. I should put it up. If you go, I didn't put it in. I've just put my webpage up here. Lotus.com. There you go. If you'd like a full reading, if you click on services on the drop down box up the top and click on soul readings, you'll see a link there and you can book in your sessions there. All my sessions are via Zoom. If you're in Perth, it is possible to do them in-house. The astrology, my preference is to do it via Zoom because I like to have the chart up. We record it. You can go back and listen to it because I go very in depth. It's like going down a rabbit hole with the astrology. Okay, so I'm going to read for, hello, Linda. Good to see you. I miss you. I miss our little tribe. I have to get this, speaking of being indecisive, so I was giving somebody some advice I need to give to myself. I'm going to start a membership group for people who have completed the 9-month tarot course that I run, so that we have monthly meetings via Zoom because people are all over the world, where we can actually practice the therapies, practice the therapeutic content, as well as deep dive into the cards with each other and look at the psychotherapeutic application of the cards together, and just practice and obviously just go deep, get confident, so you still got your finger in the pot, still learning, still growing, still learning and growing. Yeah. Okay. That's on its way. We've got to just finish off this portal for the introduction to tarot. Once I've got that all set up properly, and that's in the process of being done now. I just got all these links. All the manuals look beautiful. My VA just sent me all the manuals for them, all the links for them, and they're just gorgeous. They're so pretty, all redone, all beautifully done. They look beautiful. You've got heaps of content, heaps of content. They look gorgeous. Yeah, so that's good. Linda did all of my editing, and my VA has done all the beautiful, like, you know, making it into like a gorgeous PDFs and with all, it just looks so professional. I just love it. So like proud. It's beautiful. Okay, so next person I'm going to read for Tina. Hello, Tina. You're new here, another newbie. So we'd be extremely grateful for a message. Sure, let's see. Okay, let's see what comes up. 1, 2. Oh, beautiful cards, Tina. These are gorgeous cards. So we've got the Empress. We've got this beautiful feminine energy for you tonight. This is about you stepping into this, into the feeling world of the sacred feminine. And these two girls, these two women are just so, like, their energy is so beautiful. Let's talk about the Empress first. So this is a major card. This is a rite of passage. Now, a rite of passage means it's a psychological experience that we will all experience in a lifetime, and it's fate. It's fated. So this tells me that there's a new project. Hello. All these people are jumping in. I was going to say Witch of the North. Hello, Louise. Good to see you. Big hugs. So this card represents you birthing something new. This is a new project that you're being required to go all in on. Now, there's a divine timing around this, Tina. There's a divine timing. So whatever it is that you're wishing for, and that you really want, be patient. With this card, we have to learn to trust the natural, the cosmic order of life. And, it's like the seasons. We can sort of map it out and put it on a calendar and time's man-made, and we can, the calendars are man-made. But at the end of the day, nature has its own timing. And so it's a reminder with this card, that trust the natural timing, the natural order. And it also represents you taking care of yourself. Focus, for now, just focus on taking care of you, making sure that you are, looking after your health. Now, it also represents fertility and, abundance, but it also represents the potential for pregnancies or new birth or a new child or pregnancy. So, I'm not suggesting you're going to fall pregnant. You might be pregnant now, but, if you don't want to be careful. Just be careful. It's very fertile. This card's very, very fertile. And it's a good card. Now, we've got the Queen of Wands. So this tells me with this card, she is about your passion to purpose. She is about you divining your own future and being loyal to your heart, loyal to the vision that you have for your future, being loyal to what you truly desire, and recognizing, well, maybe you don't recognize it, but I'm going to let you know now. Know that you need to be patient. Anything worthwhile takes time. It just really does. And passion to purpose is usually a lifelong pursuit. Now, in the story, her name is Queen Penelope, and she was married to Odysseus. And Odysseus was asked to go to war. He wasn't asked, he was told. He had to go to war and fight in the Trojan War. And he took off. And he left, and it had been like 16 years before he came home. But during that time, there were all these suitors that were vying for his seat and wanted her attention. And she did everything in her power to ensure that none of those suitors would win, would win his seat, that would take his seat. So she was loyal to her husband, loyal to her heart. She knew he would come home. She just didn't know when. People were telling her it was never going to happen. but it did. It did. So the lesson, the message and the lesson of this card is to be patient. She's in the sign of Leo. It means that, Leos have they always they get to the end of the goal. They do the thing. They're so reliable. That this is like reliable fire energy that's not going to burn out. Go all in. Go all in on your passion to purpose. Go all in on it. Don't be afraid. And know that it is a lifelong pursuit. It's not something that's just going to happen overnight. You need to give it time to unfold. That's your message. And it's so abundant. There's so much abundance there. Like beautiful cards. I'd be happy with those cards. It's a massive yes. Yes, okay, Diane Steer, hello on Instagram. She'd love a reading. Yes, I'll give you a reading, but whilst I shuffle the cards, I'm going to pick someone from, Shannon saying, hi, Lou, can't speak, on Facebook. Jesus Christ. Oh, God. Janine, but I'm not reading for you now, Janine. I'm reading for someone on Instagram first. Kelly Bowd Woodbury's dying for a reading too. You're next, Kelly, after Janine. She's dying for one too. She's been so persistent and consistent. That's the way you do it. That's the way you get yourself a reading. Okay. Hello, Perth Reiki with Christy. Hi, Christy. Lovely to see you here. I'm so glad you made it. Oh, we've got 5 people on Instagram. Beautiful. Hello. Oh, I was just taken in by the cards, just in the channel mode, channeling cards, channeling energies. Oh, your messages weren't coming up on Facebook. Hi. Oh, Shannon, Lou said hi. And hi, Linda. Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? I think when I'm on my personal page, I don't see it for some reason. So either go on my business page on Facebook or go on the spiritual directory. I don't know. I don't know why that happens, but it does. It's really annoying. I'm hot. I'm really hot. I wish I was hot, that kind of hot. But I mean, I'm hot, like boiling hot, sweaty hot. Anyway, okay. Legs are dripping. It's just dripping down. Oh, it's not. What was that? That was a strange thing. I thought sweat was dripping down my legs. It's not. There's nothing there. Oh. Must be Pan. Remember who's still here from the beginning of this week's energy report? Must be God, Pan, touching my legs. Okay, so I'm confused. Who am I reading for? It was for somebody on here. Diane Steer. Hello. Okay, let me read for you. Now, I don't think you've got a question, so I'm just going to read some cards for you. Yes, if you want to find me on Instagram, there's less people on Instagram. It might be like on Instagram, I am Marina Lovas 73. That's my handle, Marina Lovas 73. If you want to follow me on Instagram. There's 6 people on Instagram and 31 people on Facebook. So that's the difference. I shouldn't give away the secrets, should I, Instagram people? Anyway, okay. So, these are heavy cards. So, all right. So the first thing first is I want to say to you is that, it is time for a new chapter. It's time for a new beginning. It's time for a new creative pursuit. Potentially maybe this might be, about getting involved in some study or, starting a new path, starting a new creative venture, starting something anew. Now, the 10 of Wands, it is about feeling oppressed. It is about being burdened by something that is out of alignment with who you are now. It's no longer a fit. You've outgrown it, and the passion has gone. It's finished. It's over. The chapter's over. Sometimes it was never really about the destination. Sometimes it is really about the journey. And this destination isn't just as what you want. It's not all that. So this message with this card is that it is time to start a new chapter and start investing in something new that's going to bring you back. It's going to light your fire again. It's going to have you lit, feeling like passionate about life again and back in the pocket of doing what you love. Now, the 2 of Swords represents denial, and it does represent an elephant in the room, or something that you're not really willing to face, you're not really willing to look at right now. I'm going to give you full permission right now to know that there's an elephant in the room and that you're sweeping it under the carpet because you're not quite ready to deal with it. But the time will come when you'll have to. And so this card, it does represent, not being quite having the psychological sort of resilience to be able to deal with it quite yet. And that's okay. You see, this is permission, permission. But it is a reminder that whatever it is that you need to deal with does really stem from your childhood. I mean, doesn't all of our shit, all of our problems stem from our childhood? But this is really like obvious. This is like pointing to that it stems from the relationship that you had with your family. And it's okay to not having to do anything about it right now, but a time will come when you have to, which will mean that you will have to cut ties to certain people. Okay, that's your message. Oh, thanks, Linda. Oh, yeah, I'm glowing. It's the filter. It's the filter on the on Instagram. Instagram has great filters. I can't do a filter I've got on StreamYard, so you've got to see me looking like me, how I actually look. Oh, well, that's a good sign for you. Daini said, wow, I'm a nurse and I've lost the passion and have been looking at other careers. That is your confirmation. That is your confirmation. It's time to start anew. Absolutely. Appreciate your feedback. I love it when I get feedback, confirmation, because it is a bit like that. It's quite hard, difficult when you're online because it's a monologue. You're just sort of talking at people. It's sort of unnatural a little bit. Well, the way that I read and the way that I teach people to read is to collaborate, to have a collaboration with your client. So it's not just your voice, but the client's voice and the voice of the cards. You've got 3 different perspectives. Actually, there's a whole lot more than that. But the 3 different voices that we want to be able to hear, not just the reader's voice. I mean, after all, the person, if you want the best, if you want to get the best out of your reading, then it's best to come in, to be open and to, lay it out, say the things so that you can get the best accurate reading, as possible. You possibly can. I think, and I've spoken about this before, that a lot of people will do psychic shopping or psychic hopping, where they're looking for answers or looking for a quick fix. And don't we all wish, we all wish that things could just get fixed like that. I'll just go and have a reading and that'll sort it all out for me. And unfortunately, it's not quite how it works. So it is, as readers, as tarot therapists or tarot practitioners, it really is best practice to include the voice of your client. And the reason being is that when they start to develop their own personal insight in the session, they have like what we might call awakenings or become consciously aware. They start to integrate the knowledge. It integrates into their subconscious, which means that when they leave, they're more likely to create the change. They walk out with tools and wisdoms that are integrated, not just your advice, but the advice from their soul. So you're more likely to create positive changes for your clients when you can collaborate and allow their voice to be heard. And it does take skill, because you've got to ask the right questions as well, and asking questions that they haven't been asked before. And it is we often get asked the same questions. How do you feel? Everybody asks that question. How do you feel? Are you okay? It's helpful, but we start to get into this kind of pattern of talking about the problem story in the same way over and over and over again. Get caught in Groundhog Day, become problem saturated. So the questions that we ask do matter, and they do elicit different responses and different insights from your clients. And asking new novel questions can be very profound for people when they haven't thought about their experience in that way. Oh, Shannon was smart. Shannon said, I've jumped on over to Instagram. Yes, I'll do a reading for you, but first I need to read for Janine Brody. Hello, Janine. Let's read for you. Okay, let's see what cards are going to come. And I'm going to be here for a while, because what's the time? I'm running late, but that's okay, because I'm the last person on Spirit Directory, so I can take however long I want. That's the benefit, right? Yeah. Right, so Janine. And it's also school holidays. It's a public holiday tomorrow. I do have to get up early tomorrow morning. I'm doing a 6 a.m. astrology read for someone. So it means I've got to get up at 5:30 and I've got a sleepover with the kids. You know what that means? They don't sleep. So I was like, oh no, this was not organised well. I didn't think about that. God help me. I'll still be able to do the read, but I'll be trashed by about 3 o'clock. I'll be done. I'll be cooked. Anyway, okay, so this is for you, Janine. Now, interesting card. So this card represents you feeling like you're having to compete or you feeling like you're comparing, but you're being asked to rise to the challenge. It's time to rise to the challenge and better yourself. Now, not that there's anything wrong with you, but it is about stepping up. It's time to step up, and you are in the process of going through some like a transition. There's some major change. You're like a caterpillar in the chrysalis. There's a change, a shift going on for you at the moment. And it is an internal process that's got to happen first before you can step up and take this next step to this next place of being. Now, I feel like this is potentially through work as well. And so this is a transition. You are transitioning, and it may not seem very clear right now, but it will be clear eventually. This is one of the most uncomfortable cards. The moon card gets romanticized in the tarot a lot, and it isn't romantic at all. It's filled with anxieties and worries, and you can't see clearly, and you don't know whether you're going left or right, up or down, in or out. It's just not clear. And sometimes we can call this card the card of the breakdown or the spiritual crisis, when we really feel like we're going through, like we've lost ourselves. You will find yourself again, and when you do, it'll be like an up leveling. Now, I feel like there's some shift going on around your career, and I'd encourage you to trust the transition. Allow yourself to transition. Trust it, because on the other side is what you actually want. So that's your message. Yes, that is 3 times that has come up tonight, Shannon. I know, I thought that too. I thought that message is for all of us. The seven of wands. Yeah, it has been repetitive. So when we think of the 7 of wands, it is definitely about taking your practice, taking who you are, your practice, your career path, your creative project to the next level, and not playing at the same level playing field that everybody else is doing, like taking it a step up. Sometimes people, especially on social media, I'll just shuffle the cards. So especially on social media, people can be really self-righteous, and they can like sort of shoot off all this stuff about what's right, and why their way is the right way, and we all do it. That's all part of marketing. But it can get a bit intimidating, especially when people start to undermine, or it sounds like they're undermining your practice. You've got to just ignore it, literally ignore it, and stay in your own lane. Because anybody who is heavily focused on trying to undermine other people in their practice is usually feeling deeply insecure about their own practice. And we don't want to be playing at that level. We don't want to be playing energetically at that level. You've got to rise above that and stay true to your own path. And work on deepening your practice, deepening your connection to your practice, which means not really looking outside of you. It means going deeper within and working on your own personal stuff to bring medicine to your own practice. Yeah. That's a message for me, hey? Okay, who am I reading for? So, Shannon Valance on Instagram. And then there was a girl on here who was absolutely desperate. Here she is, Kelly. Kelly, you're next after Shannon, okay? You're next. Thanks, Johnny. Johnny Retro said, wow, amazing. Thanks. Appreciate that. That's nice. It's always nice to get some helpful comments. Okay. Shannon, this is for you. Louise, you're after Kelly. I'll come back to you, Louise, after Kelly. All right, Shannon, the pearl is so close, okay? The pearl is so close. You're about, like, this is confirmation that the hard work, the big investments, the hard yards, the pearl is very, very close. Now, if we think of this card, this is, we did the reading. If those of you who saw the reading at the beginning, we talked about Chronos, we talked about Saturn, we talked about the party pooper, the reality check, the one that makes you do all the hard yards, the hard work. Well, this is the pearl. This is you receiving from all of that hard work, those hard yards. And so this is the promise. This is the promise of the pearl is very, very close. And there's a rebirth, which you've been getting this message over and over again. It's like you're on the precipice. You're on the precipice of this rebirth. Now, my feeling is, because we know each other. I watch what you do. You watch what I'm doing and all that sort of stuff. And we both celebrate each other. I feel like, Shannon, this is your online stuff that's finally going, like, that's going to take things to the next level. And I think I've said this to you before. I know, like, it's great to get, now, no offense anyone. I don't want to offend anyone when I say this. It's great to get cash work. It is good. It does help because, I pay a lot of fucking money in tax. And I know Shannon does as well. But once you get your work online, there really isn't any cash work anymore. It all goes through PayPal or goes through those places. But it took my business to the next level, and it will take your business to the next level too. So, paying tax is not a bad thing. It means that things are thriving. It's a good thing, as awful as it is when you see the massive tax bill and you're like, holy fuck, holy shit, where's that money going to come from? Oops, spent too much on myself. That sort of stuff. But anyway, this is the pearl. This is the promise of the pearl. Now, new values, new ideas, new values, new perceptions are emerging, Shannon. Okay, so this is about your changing. And look, this is very relevant to I've got to send over your astro read too, your solar chart. I still haven't done that. I'll find that for you. This is confirmation of that solar return chart that we did. That this is a newer version of you, new ethics, new values are emerging, and yes, there's change. Change is imminent. Change is imminent, and the voice liberating through the voice, speaking, saying the things doesn't always mean that you're going to get Great marketing is often repelling as well. We attract and we repel at the same time. So it's like saying the things which may potentially repel people from you, but it'll attract the right people. Yes, you're going through a huge shift. I can see that, Shannon, absolutely. Going through huge. Oh, and you're wearing pink. I knew. I said that to you, beautifully feminine, didn't I? Didn't I say that? You're wearing pink. Gorgeous. Okay, that was for you, Shannon. All right, Kelly, this is for you. Hello, everyone on Facebook. Thanks for joining me. Oh, I should put a link in. I've got a fabulous tarot coaching program course. It's an introduction to practitioner training. And by the end of it, you will be able to read the cards thoroughly, amazingly, become one of my colleagues. I'll teach you everything I know about the psychology of the cards. There's no therapeutic training involved in it, but you'll learn 4 different styles of reading. And also you'll receive a membership to my membership portal, meaning that you get to keep the content and the videos and all of it for the rest of your life. And every upgrade that happens, you receive that too. So if you want to become a skilled tarot therapist like myself and my beautiful colleagues that are online now, then I encourage you to jump in on this program. It's such good value for money. It's only $555. There is a payment plan. So if you want to do an easy pay option, that's there as well. And yeah, it's yours for life. It's yours for life. I've got I'm so proud of my membership portal. It's called MemberVault. It's amazing. I'm so proud of it. It's beautiful. And everybody's raved about it. I had she made me cry yesterday. A client, and not in a horrible way, Alicia contacted me yesterday saying, it's so beautiful. I'm going back. I feel like I'm redoing the course all over again. And, it's just so good to have all that content there, so easy. And I was crying because I've just put so much effort into the course that, yeah, and poor Alicia, she lost her mum she won't mind me saying this, lost her mum halfway through, not even halfway through, well, yeah, pretty much halfway through the course. And it just was too hard for her to stay, you know, present with it. And that's what she's saying. It's such a gift to have this membership now, because now she can go back and redo it, you know, redo the course. And Louise, I have to say, Lou, when we get to, you know, I've said to you that when we get to the remembering section, we're so close, the invitation will be to come in on that. And I'm sure the ladies would love to meet you. I'll message you when we're nearly there. We're almost there. I haven't forgotten. Okay, so... oh, thanks. Lou's done the 9-month course. It's 9 months now. It was pretty much 9 months when we did it. So I highly recommend it. And P.S. I love the portal. It's amazing. Oh, thank you. I'm so glad that you love it. I'm so glad that you love it. I'm so proud. I've put a lot of effort into it. It's just, you know, I want my clients to thrive. I want every single one of you to thrive in tarot, and because it's possible to earn money doing what you love. It is possible. I'm living it. And, you know, there's heaps of tarot readers out there. Yes, so what? You just be you. You just go in and be yourself. And literally, that's all it really. Oh, and obviously knowledge. You need knowledge, which is what I'm going to teach you. That's what I teach you. Anyway, Kelly. Okay, this is for you. Oh, okay, Kelly. So we've got the Wheel of Fortune here. Now, the Wheel of Fortune isn't a negative card, but I'm going to speak of it in a way that might frighten you a little bit. Now, I don't want to frighten you, but this card represents, sometimes I call it the crisis card, because it means that change is imminent, change is upon you. There will be a curveball. Life is going to throw you a curveball, which is going to change the course of your destiny. Now, don't be afraid of that. It's a good thing. It's a good thing. It may feel like it's a bit, you know, overwhelming, but it's absolutely a good thing. Now, life is calling for you to collaborate with that curveball. Don't resist it. Go with it. Go with the change. Now, it's time for you to step into your personal leadership, Kelly. It's time for you to step up. It's time for you to be brave and spontaneous. And it is time for you to, like, become the very thing that you've been talking about. And yes, this does represent someone in your life that is, like, potentially very inspiring, very aspirational. And yes, I feel like, now I don't know, well, I'm going to say it, I feel like it's a male energy and someone a bit younger than you that is going to inspire you. And perhaps he's the curveball. So that's all I'm going to say. That's all I'm going to say for you, Kelly. I'm sorry that you've been waiting for so long. That's the message. That's what Spirit wants me to say. Okay, so watch out. If he's not already here, he'll be here very soon. Yeah, okay. Oh, thanks, Shannon. Shannon said Marina's teaching is heartfelt and good. It is heartfelt. Put my heart into what I do. I love it. Love the tarot. Fucking love it. Can't get enough of it. And, you know, sometimes people think, oh, tarot, it's just too on the surface, or I feel like I can't go deep enough. Well, you know, I did think that initially when I was going, you know, when I was doing tarot. It never felt like, in the early days, it sort of felt like it wasn't going to be enough. And so what did I do? I decided to run a 9-month course to go deep with it and, yeah, make it a bit more therapeutic. I'm so thrilled that I've now turned it. It used to be 6 months, then it went to 7 months, and then I went, fuck it, it's going to 9 months, because we need lots of practice. We need lots of practice. Yes, anyway, okay. So, Lou, this is for you. Louise on Instagram. Louise on Instagram, this is for you. Oh, Louise. Okay. So, you know these cards because you've done the training with me, but nonetheless, okay. There's a timing. There's a timing around things. Now, I feel like it's possible. No, I know I feel like this is around work, okay, around employment. Now, I know it might not be the right time now to leave or to quit, but it's not as far away as you think. You're being called to start planning and start like putting things in place, start the momentum, like start planning your departure. Now, that doesn't mean that that you're going to stop today, but start looking at ways in which you can support yourself outside of that. This is about having to be strategic, and there is a timing around this. Okay, there are only two cards in the Mythic Tarot that I talk about divine timing. It's this card, and it's also Demeter, the fertility card. There is a timing around this. You're going to have to be just like diplomatic, happy face. Hello, everyone. Glad to be here, but behind the scenes, you're plotting. And sometimes life requires that of us. We don't judge people for that at all. Sometimes we have to be secretive, and we have to sort of do things sort of undercover. And yeah, this is about you. It's time. You've got to start planning. It's time to start it's time to get strategic about this. Having watched you grow, professionally in your arts, in your intuitive art, and watching that happen, I know that you have the presence and the ability to be incredibly successful. That's obvious to me. And just look, by virtue of your presence, your beauty as well, that is like you've been given that gift for a reason. And it just makes you very approachable. Your presence, yourself makes you very approachable. This is it's just a timing now, but you've been called to plan it. Now look who we've got, Subliminal Helen, sub-hell. She's sub-helling. So this tells me that you are, yes, she does. She is amazing, isn't she? Shannon says, yes, she does. You are amazing, Lou. Yes, she is amazing. She is amazing. And you are striking. You are incredibly striking, Louise. And with this card here, she's in the sign of Scorpio. There's a depth to you. There is a depth to you. And with this card, she is about your depth of emotional feeling, your emotional reality, and your ability to be able to touch the depths within others as well. I feel like if we look at here, she's got the apple. Look at that, like the apple. She's got the apple. So this is about, we talked about this before. I always felt like since I've met you that there is there's a tantrika goddess within you that is, longing to be liberated, with some of your practice. How you work with your tribe, your clients when you lead. It's time to step up and lead, but this is a very sort of, there's a sexual energy to this card. You have the capacity to touch on taboo subjects that other people might be afraid to go to, and you can do that. You have the skill to be able to do that, but it's also very psychological, this card. So it does represent the psychological your capacity to be able to handle some of these deeper, interesting subjects with your clients. So yeah, it is amazing. It is amazing, Louise. I think you it's time to step into your power. Now, let me just say this about Helen. Now, Helen isn't overt in the sense that she goes out and she's like, dropping her gown for the world and saying, look how beautiful I am, look how hot I am. There's a presence. You have the presence. You don't even have to try, Louise. You just be you. That sounds like sort of wishy-washy kind of confirmation, but it isn't about having to try to be anything. You are already her. So let her be there. Embody that. Start talking about that more. Okay, that was for Louise. So okay. How are we going for time? 9:10. Wow, I've been reading for a while, hey? Nearly 2 hours. Nearly 2 hours. Yeah, I'm done. I've just decided I'm finished, everyone. I'm finished. I'm tired. I've got to do an astrology read at 6 o'clock this morning, a natal chart. So I've got to get some rest. Otherwise, I'm going to be wiped out. So it actually takes a lot of energy doing this. I know some people might, Here's the thing, and this is what happens when you become quite skilled at something. You know, we've all got skills in something. We sort of make it look easy. But actually, it's, you know, it's taken years of development, and it does get draining. I'm feeling a bit drained now, so I think I'm done. So if you'd love to do my tarot training, honestly, it's such good value. If you love tarot and you want to become a tarot practitioner and learn to read like I do, here is the link. Here is the link. It's a 10-week introduction course. It's a good course to get involved in if you're not sure you want to do my 9-month course, but you want to like see if I am all that. I am all that. It's good. You're gonna love it. I promise you. Sometimes with marketing, I wish I could just say to people, listen, it's really good. I just sign up because you're missing out. It's not enough in marketing, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Anyway, okay, I'm out of here. Sending you all so much love. Have an amazing week. Take care, everyone. And I'm, so thrilled, so grateful you're all here. Be good. Actually, don't. Be the devil. Remember, the devil came up in our reading. Be the devil. Have fun. Sending love, everyone.